Hi guys, it's your favorite nurse JT. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. Do like, subscribe to our channel on your notification bell so you get updates on our videos. And for all my viewers and my subscribers, thumbs up to you all. You all made me proud yesterday. I love you all. This kiss is for you. As you can go by the title, let's quickly jump into our topic for today. 6 signs God is telling you not to date that person, not to date that person. Number 1 is God fearing. Yeah, you cannot overemphasize on who someone is a God fearing person. You cannot overemphasize on that. The person has to be God fearing, and for someone to be God fearing, it goes beyond the faith of that person or belief of that person on God. It goes beyond that. It embodies the belief and the reverence the person has for God, how the person values God, how the person rates God, and where he places God. When you're dating someone, those are the things you have to consider. And if you're seeing these signs that the person doesn't portray all this, you need to run away. It's a warning sign. God is telling you to go out of that relationship. The second thing I want to talk about is submit to God's will or God's word. God's word is God's will. That is where his will is. That is what his do's and don'ts are for human living. So if you're dating someone and that person doesn't submit to God's will, for example, you have conflict and that person tells you, my culture does not permit this, please run away. It's a warning sign. Because if someone cannot use the word of God to judge situations or conflict the person faces, then that person is a no for you. For example, if you have conflict with the person and you tell the person this is how it's supposed to be done, the person say, oh, that's true, that's what the word of God says. I don't mean pretense. I don't mean someone that pretends. Someone that is genuine or really wants to stay with you. The person submits to God's word. The person submits to God's will. He doesn't do things of his own self. He does things because God's word says he should do it. For example, if you are with someone and you're watching television, for example, and the person or maybe the girl or the boy just comes and say, no, let's not watch television, and the word of God say watching television is not good, then you have to follow what the word of God is saying. I'm just using that for example. The third thing is reveals his true self in conflict. How does this person react in conflict? Does he use abusive word or abuse you at times? Yeah, some women are beaten and they still endure in relationship. I don't mean marriage. In relationship, they still endure. Don't let your emotions to deceive you. You should know that that's a warning sign. God is telling you to run away from that relationship. And if the person use abusive words, stay so long after enough begging you, that person cannot resolve conflicts, cannot forgive you, still reminds you, and you give him a time frame, you have to test that person's true self by giving him a time frame and telling the person this is just bring situations up to test that person. Yeah, that's a way of knowing someone who is God's way for you, or knowing if God is warning you out of that relationship. You need to run away. If that person reveals his true self, not being real, or I don't mean pretense, the person is not real in judging situation in the face of conflict, how does that person react? It's very important. It's a warning sign. God is telling you to run away. If he use abusive words on you and tells you so many things, abuse your family, doesn't respect your family, say so many things because you've revealed so much about yourself to him and uses that as something he will use against you, please, it's a warning sign. Run away. Yeah. Then the third thing is the person's reputation. The person's reputation. How well do people talk about the person? I don't mean someone that wants to tell you don't go into this relationship because of his own personal interest in you, yeah, or giving a bad reputation or bad name about that person just because he wants to spoil your relationship. I don't mean that. What are people saying about that person? That's his immediate family. At least his mom should be able to say something very important about him, something very good about him. If you hear words like, are you sure you want to go into this because my son is not so real, he deceives girls and the rest of that, is a warning sign. or his friends cannot talk good about him, his siblings cannot talk good about him. The person, how the person treats people in the society, how does he relate to people, how does he treat people, does he have a mind of helping others, does he have a mind or human heart of how he treats people, is a warning sign. What reputation does people place on that person? Are people talking about that, or maybe he's a smoker, is a cheat, he drinks alcohol and gets drunk, at times he's seen in the gutter? Please run away. Don't allow your emotions to give you a reason to go into a toxic marriage, please. Then another thing is, what does the conviction that you have, what does that conviction in you tells you? The conviction you have, I mean the peace you have. What peace do you have in that relationship? Don't use your emotion to move into a wrong relationship. What are you convinced about in that relationship? Are you having peace? Are you having peace in your mind? As a child of God, we need to have the spirit of discernment so that we'll be able to know what is real and what is not real. Yeah, you need the spirit of discernment. I don't mean anyhow relationship. I'm not saying that people that go into ungodly relationships, some people will tell you, even in my ungodly relationship, I'm happy. There's nothing like marrying a Christian. Yeah, you need to have the spirit of discernment to feel when you are at peace in a relationship and when you are not. So the spirit of discernment is very, 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 very important. Are you having peace? Follow your instinct. Follow your instinct. If your instinct is telling you you are forcing yourself too much into this relationship, you are forcing yourself into this relationship, you are the type that you want to do things, make sure that that thing works, make sure that that relationship works. For you want to say, I don't want it to be my fault that this relationship did not work. My sister, my brother, it's a warning sign. God doesn't want you to stay in that relationship. You don't have peace. You struggle to make that relationship work. I am telling you today that God doesn't want you to be in that relationship. It's a warning sign. It's a warning sign. You need to run away from such relationship. Number one, I say the person has to be God-fearing. Number two, I say the person submits to God's will or his word. Another thing, the person reviews his true selves in conflict. The fourth thing, the person does what? What reputation does the person have? The fifth thing is, are you at peace with that person? Are you at peace with that person? Or do you have conviction that that person is real to you? Follow your instinct. Don't use your emotion to go into a toxic relationship. Don't use your emotion to let you do what you feel or regret in future. My young singles, yeah, I'm an advocate for adolescent health. My young singles preparing for marriage or preparing to date someone, to be serious with the person, to get into a serious relationship, please do follow these 6 tips I have given you. 6 warning signs God is telling you that relationship you should run away, that it's going to lead into a toxic marriage. You should run away. The 6th and the last point is, question what he believes. Question him about what he believes. If he has a different mentality from what your own idea is about, it's a warning sign. If you are not compatible in decisions, in the pursuit to destiny or to achieving your goals in life, if you are not compatible in these things, there are things you should look at. Question what he believes. Some person, if you tell them what they believe, tell you, I don't believe in that ideology of you telling me a woman is supposed to be heard. All those kind of people that want to suppress women in the society, or people that want to suppress their men. I'm not talking to just girls or ladies. I'm not talking to ladies. I'm talking to men also. It's for young single. That means young adolescents, for boys and for girls. So these 6 tips are for young adolescent ladies and men. I don't mean under 18. Under 18, you are not supposed to be in a relationship. You should have a relationship idea so that you will not go into trouble. Yes, for those that are under 18. So for our young singles, young adolescents, the 6th point, as I've said before, is question what he believes. What's the person's mentality? What does he believe? What does he talk about in situations? What idea does he have in situations? What can he say about a particular thing? Are you people having, when he's saying B, you're saying A, you are not compatible. It's a warning sign you should run away from that relationship. It is toxic to you and to your future, the future of your kids. When you want to go into a relationship, you should consider so many things. Consider yourself first. Considering yourself means, is that relationship going to be abusive in future? Though you cannot really tell, but there are warning signs you will have premaritally that you should run away and make you to run away from such relationship. Consider yourself. Consider yourself. Am I going to be happy in that relationship? See those warning signs. Some people have the warning signs and they go into it and ended up being divorcees. So think about yourself. Think about what people will read in your marriage. What picture will you show people in your marriage? Is it going to be an emulated relationship or emulated marriage in future? Look at those points. Consider what people will say about you. People will say, this relationship or this marriage is a role model of what I look up to in my future marriage. Will people talk about you like that in the future? Consider your kids. Consider your kids. You will not want to be a single parent or become a divorcee or become a divorcee in future. You will not want that. So look at those warning signs I have given you, these 6 warning signs. Another thing you should consider about is your family pattern. There are some persons that from some family patterns that have a pattern of relating in relationship or in marriage, and you want to correct it in future. So when you see these 6 warning signs I have given you, God is telling you that relationship is not for you, you should not ignore it. Don't follow your emotions. Some persons just want to correct the family pattern. For example, you have a polygamous marriage or a polygamous family, or you are from a single parent home. Maybe your mom was the one that took care of you, your father was the one that took care of you, and you want to correct this pattern, and you've seen all these warning signs God is giving you. I have given you today also, by the grace of God, that is a warning sign for you to run away. Consider family patterns. You don't want to repeat the same mistakes your parents did in the past. You don't want to repeat the same mistake you did in your past relationship. Correct yourself and don't follow your emotions. Young adolescents, young singles, parents, I'm also talking to you. It's also an avenue for you to advise your adolescents. Tell them what they need to expect in a relationship that will help them in future. Yeah, listen to these 6 advice, and I believe it will help you. Thank you so much for watching and giving me your time. Thank you so much. I love you all. You all are my real family. Thumbs up to all of us that have viewed my previous video. I just dropped another one. Yeah, I dropped another video, the second video, and it's titled A Day in My Life After My First YouTube Blog. You will not want to miss it. It's a very interesting video. So go and subscribe, watch, like on your notification bell. That red button in front of you when you're watching my videos is subscribe. Do subscribe, share, and invite your friends to come and watch. Though we are just starting, but we'll get better. Yeah, we get better by developing ourselves. How much information you have to give depends on what you can deliver. How much information you have inside of you depends on what you can deliver. Yeah, that is another topic for another day. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for listening to me. I love you all, and I wish you successful relationship, and I wish you the spirit of discernment to know what is right and what is wrong, and when God is speaking to you about that relationship. Thank you so much, and thank you so much again. I love you all. You all are my real family. I love you all. Thank you for watching and giving me your time. Thank you. Bye bye. See you in our next video. Yeah, it will be dropping soon. So just watch and enjoy yourself. Bye. Happy Easter to all of us. Happy Easter to everyone in the world. Everyone, wherever you're watching from. It can be a morning hour, it can be an evening hour, it can be a night hour for you. So I love you all. You are my real family.